What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys, on the channel. In today's video we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Leicester, away from home, guys. So sorry that this video is up a little bit late. Why is this video up a little bit late? Obviously I was back in the UK, time off YouTube for the week, so that's why now I've got a busy schedule coming up ahead now with videos coming up, but that's good for you guys now. Obviously now I'm back on the grind, filming videos, editing videos. But anyway, guys, nevertheless, let's get straight into today's video. Manchester United made 4 changes from the last game against Burnley. Talk about the starting 11. So we started with De Gea, Young, Bailey, Lindelof, Shaw, Herrera, Matic, Lingard, Pogba, Rashford and Sanchez. This game was played over 2 weeks ago now, and I do apologise for this video for coming out a little bit late. Overall reaction, a good game, a good performance to walk away with. I think when you're playing a tough side like Leicester City, who are very tough to play away from home, they'll be going for it, obviously, Leicester, because, you know, they're at home, they're in front of their fans, they'll want to put something on. Overall, Manchester United played a very good game. I think in the first half we played very well for the first 20 minutes, and that's where we sort of ran our hearts out, and we got that first goal by Marcus Rashford. Obviously Marcus Rashford scored on his 100th appearance for Manchester United, so good on for Marcus Rashford. Another great pass from Pogba as well. It was also the same game, the way how we played against Tottenham away from home, where we got the first goal and then we just sort of parked the bus. We sort of controlled the game in the second half. Moving on to the second half, I think same thing about Spurs, really, where we sort of parked the bus. We had to throw buddies on the line, but to get a result like this, to grind this into a good win against Leicester, it's good because you walk away with another 3 points, another win, another clean sheet. You can't get any better, really. Good performance from the boys. Wasn't the best performance in the second half, but you've got to sort of take that on the chin. This is a game for a good example where you've got that momentum to score a first goal, to go on and score another one, and that's what United sort of struggled with. I don't know if it was a tactic where we sort of got the first goal and then parked the bus, but I think the plan was to really get a second one. But as we had players that were just knackered as well, trying to hang on onto this one goal, to walk away with one goal, it's very good to walk away with, because Leicester just walked away with a good point against Liverpool. Grind out a good result against Leicester, obviously to win by 1-0 was very good by Manchester United. It was tense in part of the games because we didn't want to sort of concede a stupid goal, and that was the last thing that we didn't really want as well, to bring this game back to life for Leicester. But, you know, Leicester had some chances. Vardy had a good chance, Maguire had a good chance. These are chances that they should have probably put away, but United defended really well. We threw bodies on the line. We did everything that we could do, and we walked away with 3 good points. I'm buzzing. I'm happy at the end of the day. Even though this video was played a few weeks ago, I'm still going to talk about this game anyway. First question is, how do I feel after the result? I feel buzzing, because obviously when you come away with a great victory against Leicester away from home, it's a very good result, because we knew that Leicester were going to play the hearts out. They had some good players. They had Vardy, Okazaki, Maguire, so they've got a lot of quality, a lot of width, a lot of pace in their team. So, you know, they've still got some good players. But to walk away with 3 good points, another clean sheet, which United really struggled with under Jose Mourinho, and to walk away with another clean sheet, it's very good for Manchester United as well. So to get a good result against Leicester, I'm proud with the boys. And the next question, why was United's second half performance poor? Now, the reason why this second half performance was poor was because, this is the thing, I don't know if it was a tactic or if it was a game plan where we have got the first goal and to sit back. I think the plan was obviously to go and score another goal, like I just said previously. But the reason why we were poor was because our players were getting knackered. I don't know what took it out in that Burnley game, but our players were knackered. There was no energy, there was no fluidity, and that's what we lacked of getting forward. There was players that were too static, there was no movement. We really struggled in that second half to get forwards, and we have to accept the fact that Leicester were better than us in the second half. But to walk away with a good victory, another 3 points, another clean sheet against Leicester, to do it against Leicester away from home, knew it was going to be tough, and to walk away with a good performance overall from the boys. But the performance overall wasn't the best. Walk away with another 3 points, a clean sheet, to get another win is amazing. I think that's what everyone cares about. You know, we get the 3 points, we get the clean sheet, we get the victory, and we move on. We weren't good enough in the second half. We were good in the first half because we played so well. In the first 20 minutes, we went for it. Second half, we were parking the bus. We weren't going for it. We were too static. There's just no fluidity. Players weren't going for it. These type of games where you're 1-0 up, you gotta chase after the game. You gotta go and kill off the game. You've got to get a second goal just to make sure that, you know, you've secured the win and everyone's going to be buzzing inside the stadium and also outside the stadium as well. This is a game where you've got the momentum to go and score another goal. You cannot sit back. The opposition could easily just score another goal. It is what it is, but you have to move on. Was I worried the way how United players played in the second half? I was a little bit because, you know, obviously we sat back, we let Leicester back in the game. Leicester dominated the second half. They probably controlled the second half. Leicester had a few good chances in the second half. Maguire had a few good chances which we got away with. I think they had to make some good saves as well. Vardy had a good chance and he knew one of his chances were bottled, but I was still worried the way how we played, obviously, because we weren't good enough in the second half. We weren't urging forwards, we weren't going for it. But to go and park the bus like that, and you know, it was just the exact same performance against Tottenham. I was worried the way how we played. But we cannot play like that. But this is a game which is a good example where you've got to score more goals. Just because Leicester might be good, got a good result against Liverpool, but you've got to have the momentum to go on and score another goal. You cannot sit back. You've got to urge players forward to make runs, kill the game off. Did do that, but with one goal. But you've got to go and kill the game off with another goal, just to make sure that you've won the game, and just to make sure, you know, that Leicester don't have a chance of coming back into this game. What are the positives from the match? I think the positive to walk away with is that, you know, we won. We've got the 3 points. We've got another clean sheet. It's good for Rashford, obviously, because he scored his 100th appearance for the club. The positive is that we scored. We got the breakthrough. We scored against a good Leicester side to get a good result against them. It's always good enough to get a good result against them. Like I said, this is a game where you've got to score more goals. You cannot just sit back. Even oppositions like Leicester, who may not be having the greatest season this year, you've got to go and score more goals. Who is my man of the match? I think my man of the match has to be Rashford, just of that goal. Also Pogba as well for that amazing pass. Rashford has to be my man of the match, but also Pogba at the same time as well. Talking about that one goal, how did the first goal happen? It was a mistake by the Leicester right back. Pogba won possession. Pogba puts the ball over the top. Rashford controls it and puts it in away for 1-0, nice and composed. Good stuff by Rashford as well. Talking about the substitutions, Sanchez went off for Martial. Talk about Sanchez's performance. There is no need for a Sanchez-Martial debate, for Sanchez not to vindicate his recall. A liability on the ball who never harmed Leicester. Substituted. United have very good players. We were playing with width, pace, everything in there, but we just weren't urging forward. And the reason why he benched Martial was because obviously he had a niggle in training, so he didn't want to risk him of starting him. Rashford went off for Lukaku. Talk about Rashford's performance. Had 2 chances before his 2-touch finish. Regained his clinical streak and was United's standout attacker once more. Obviously scored another goal. In the game you could clearly see that, you know, we needed someone to help us out. We needed someone to help us out in the hold-up play, and Lukaku's very good at that because he's got very good strength. We needed more out of our attackers as well, but at the end of the day, we won, and that's the good thing, really. Lingard went off for Jones. Talk about Lingard's performance. Cautioned early on and did not harm Leicester whenever he had the ball. Off it, he was a threat and supplemented United's interchanging. Another one, Lingard was another player who wasn't urging forward. A little bit lazy in times and too static as well, but again, this is a game where you got to score more goals against Leicester. Seems like Leicester, Crystal Palace, Southampton, you've got to, if you've got that 1-goal lead, you've got to go and score more goals, and that's what we've got to show more as well. Anyway, next up it's Fulham. Fulham has already been played. You guys all know what the result is by now. I hope you guys have enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. See you guys in a video in the next couple of days, and peace.